Henderson on towards Keita, who looks to return it to Henderson, but there was good work in there from Ramos, who looked to unleash Darwin Núñez early, but he was in an offside position. That's the third time now in the opening 7 minutes that the Benfica player has been caught offside. So Liverpool will get themselves a free kick again, as the sun is starting to set now in Merseyside. As Tsimikas plays a square pass towards James Milner. He's going to return it to Tsimikas with a little bit of room now down the left-hand side. He's inside the Benfica half as he goes down the line towards Jota. Was there a barge on Otamendi who's struggling? He won't get there. Jota's now got it down the left-hand side of the penalty area, but he slipped over. And that allowed time for Ramos to get the challenge in and to clear it for Benfica, but only as far as Konate, who will go long early towards Jota, takes it down by the byline as he swings the ball in from the left-hand side, and it's headed away that time by Grimaldo as far as James Milner flicks it over the head of a couple of Benfica players, but he couldn't get onto the end of it, and it was Odjiseas who came off his line to claim for Benfica, but that's the best we've seen from Liverpool in the opening 8 minutes. As Jota found room down the left-hand side of the penalty area on a couple of occasions there during that move. Eventually a break for James Milner, who tried to flick it over the head of a couple of Benfica players, but couldn't get there. And the move broke down with the Benfica goalkeeper. As Benfica have a throw now down this right-hand side, taken by Gilberto, but given straight to Liverpool. Can Jota get onto that? No, he can't, as it's cleared away by Otamendi. And Joe Gomez now has a race on with Núñez, but he wins the race and heads it back towards Alisson, who will now roll it out for Liverpool. This is Konate, plays it over to the left-hand side for Tsimikas, infield towards James Milner. He's going to go back towards Konate again for Liverpool. Square pass now towards Jordan Henderson, and this is now Matip for Liverpool. Goes towards the halfway line before playing a pass through the lines on towards Diogo Jota. He then spreads it to the right-hand side for Joe Gomez, trying to play one in behind then towards Luis Diaz, but it was a good start and challenge in there from Jan Vertonghen. As Liverpool back on with it now with Keita, Henderson, and this is now James Milner in a central position. We'll play it back over to that right-hand side with Naby Keita. And right on the halfway line in the centre is Konate, looking to switch it over to that left-hand side. Good first touch from Tsimikas down the left flank as he goes infield, gets a right-footed ball in. It's headed away by Jan Vertonghen, picked up by Henderson. Milner now swings it back over to that left-hand side again, and there was a good challenge in there by Gilberto for Benfica to stop Tsimikas from getting a second ball into the Benfica penalty area. But it does go out for the Liverpool throw now, as it's taken back by Tsimikas on towards Henderson. Plays a 1-2 with James Milner, and Henderson will now go central towards Joel Matip, who's just in front of the halfway line for Liverpool as we're approaching 10 minutes gone at Anfield. That's a poor pass from Firmino, but Matip's going to get on the end of it though. Here's Henderson, who's going to play it towards Konate inside his own half for Liverpool. Returns it to the captain this evening, as he'll now go with the square pass on towards Joel Matip, who drifts beyond the halfway line, plays it on towards Jota. First time looped the ball over towards Joe Gomez. It's Jota again, back towards Joe Gomez, as Liverpool enjoying a good spell of possession at Anfield. They're not right at it, I would say, in these opening 10 minutes, but they're growing into it, and they're starting to dominate in terms of possession, which is just what they need to do, really, to protect the 3-1 lead. If they can get one, then the tie will without doubt be over. Although Benfica have just broken out with it, so it's Everton who just about keeps it in play down the right-hand side. He's going to play the central pass towards Tarat, who was rushed to then play it back towards Otamendi. Square ball on towards Jan Vertonghen now. And down this left-hand side, they've got it with Grimaldo, who's going to go down the line on towards Núñez, driving at Joel Matip in towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Still Núñez as he touches it back, but in the end there was a good defensive piece of work done by Konate just to touch it back to his goalkeeper. It looked like Núñez actually ran it out of play. So Liverpool get on quickly with the goal kick, as it's Firmino plays it off down the right-hand side for Luis Diaz, who goes inside of Grimaldo, who then brought down the Liverpool number 23. Who scored the last of the 3 goals in the first leg. And now perhaps he'll have a chance to get the ball into the Benfica penalty area from a dead ball situation. So we're looking at that Darwin effort by the goal line, Darwin Núñez that is. Did he keep it in play? It looked like he just ran it out. He ran to the goal line before attempting to cut it back for Ramos. But it was defended well by Konate anyway. But of course the ball was out of play. And There is a dead ball situation now in Liverpool's favour from a free kick down the right-hand side. It's out wide, and it's a good chance to get the ball in. It's either James Milner or Tsimikas to take. If it's Milner, then it's going to be an in-swinging ball. So it's left by Tsimikas for the Liverpool number 7, but somehow he's managed to kick it low, hardly off the ground, straight into the Benfica wall as Tarat looks to now lead a break. Plays it off to the left-hand side as there's a ball forward now for Benfica as it's Goncalves down the right-hand side as he switches it further out wide towards Everton, who's got a little bit of room on the edge of the area as he takes his shot away, and it wasn't far wide of that far corner. A really good effort there from the Benfica number 7, Everton. There wasn't much pressure there from Naby Keita and Joe Gomez, who ran out at him in the end, but by that time he'd already made his mind up to get the shot away. And he had Alisson worried for a moment as he dived down to his right-hand side, but the shot off target in the end. As Liverpool get on with the goal kick. That's the best chance we've had in the opening 12.5 minutes at Anfield, as it remains Liverpool 0, Benfica 0. And of course still 3-1 on aggregate as it's Joel Matip. A little no-look pass inside his own half towards Konate, who will then play it off to the left-hand side for Tsimikas. Down the line on towards Milner. Try to flick it on towards Diogo Jota. Was the last touch of Gilberto. It looks like it was, so it will be a Liverpool throw now down this left-hand side. But that's taken by Tsimikas now towards the centre for Naby Keita, who will pass it off down that right-hand side. Joe Gomez is going to have to stretch to keep it in play, but he does do so. Gets the ball into the penalty area. Jota's going to head it towards goal. He did actually find the net, but it looked like he shoved the Benfica player Gilberto at the back post before heading it in. And the whistle had already gone by the time he made the contact with the ball towards goal, which meant that Odysseus didn't move for it, was happy to see it go in behind him.